And that's how you get, I don't know, a random venereal disease.
That's how you get Crabtree.
Hey, oh Crabtree.
He's the
Uh,
best.
Welcome to the Week 10 B&J Fantasy Recap. Sorry, we were quiet for, I think we were quiet for 2 weeks, and then the week before that, the video cut out for some reason. I
We
can't
were only
remember now.
quiet last week. The
Okay,
week before that cut out.
I'm sorry about
So,
that. I don't know why that happened, and YouTube just screwed us on that one. So
yeah,
sorry,
YouTube's.
yeah, sorry to the 5 people who generally watch.
And last week, between the election and both GT and I being sick, just wasn't going to happen.
Classic sinus infections.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that time of year.
Yep, I got the sinus headaches too. They're the worst.
Yeah, so if I start coughing, people, that's just deal with it.
I will try to mute his mic, but it takes like 15 seconds to do that. Stupid thing.
Yeah, but I'm done by the time
Yeah.
you're hitting it.
So I think this happened the last time we did this, but maybe no one heard because the sound cut out. But the Survivor Pool is done. Greg has won it. Yep. Casey
Greg
made the mistake
wins
of
something else.
Yep.
Good for you.
Minnesota took Casey down. Sorry about that, Casey. That sucks. I understand the feeling of Minnesota screwing you over. So, from our failed video 2 weeks ago, we had the Noid Welter matchup that was decided by 0.1 points. So
0.1 points. It's not possible to get closer than that.
Nope.
Isn't Chad and I had one that was like that, wasn't it? So that's like the second time this year.
Well, I don't know. You guys did that this year?
I'm just saying, there's been some crazy games this year.
Jesse, keep going. I'll look that up.
All right. So, week 9 headlines from the week we missed. Jeremy beat Doobie by 1.6 points. So we've had a couple nail biters, none of which I've been involved with. In this last week, 3D beat Noid by 2, Sun beat Greg by 1, and Brandon beat Aaron by 0.02. So close. Which actually isn't 0.02 smaller than 0.1.
Did I add a 0 in there? That's not possible.
You did.
It's
Okay.
0.2.
0.2.
I was wondering about that. Like, what is that? Like a knee down? 0.2. And Doobie is probably still scoring points, but he's currently at 175, which is the 9th most points scored in this league's history, which that surprises me. I figured that would be higher.
In the league's history,
how much is the most? It's like 200?
188.
Oh, so it's close. Like all the top 10 are like very close into the 180,
Yeah, if you go to,
range.
For those that don't know, I added a record book tab on the main page of the website. And so it's on that, and where is it? It's the second table on the right, and Aaron currently holds the record of 188.2. And he did that week 1 of 2013, so he came out of the gates like that.
I wonder if that's a Michael Vick game. Anyway, we can research that later.
God damn it, Michael Vick.
I could just click it here and tell you. Where are you at? A-bombs. Not happening as fast as I thought.
So some people have already guaranteed themselves a spot in the toilet bowl, and that would.
All right, got it. Yep, Peyton Manning, 53 points. Reggie Bush, 23 points. Damn. Adrian Peterson, 30 points. Wes Welker, 20 points. Dallas tight end, 21 points. And the rest were just mediocre.
Wow.
Wes Welker, 20. Andre Johnson, 17.8. I mean, he just went off.
So, yes, the people who are in the toilet bowl currently is Chad, Skinner, Greg, Cunningham, and Brandon.
Congratulations to you all.
Yes, you all did worse. You all doing worse than me, which is I say is something. So,
Flippo and I are on the cusp.
Yes, but not mathematically eliminated. Basically, if you're not one of those 5 guys, you still have a chance. You got to win out, and things have to fall your way.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen at that point.
Jake's
You
dead,
should really
everybody.
have some bourbon or something.
Yeah. Hot toddy, perhaps.
That only makes it worse.
So the playoffs start week what?
13.
All right, so we go through week 12. So week 13 is going to be week 1 of the playoffs. Normally by this time of the year, I'm doing those how do you get in analysis, but there's just too many scenarios, so I'm not going to do it. So what we'll do instead is some just generic reminders, right? So the top team from each division gets a bye. Everyone is power protected in the playoffs, just like they do in the NFL. So if you're the number 3 team in your conference, so there's East and West, if you're the number 3 team in the conference, you're going to play week 1, but you're going to play the number 6 seed team. So we're going to try to reward you for having had that high seed. You get the worst of the remainder, and then the other 2 people face off. Whoever wins that goes to those 1 and 2 seeds of your conference, and the 1 seed gets the lowest remaining seeded team. So if that number 6 seed wins from your conference, that's who they get. If the number 4 seed's the lowest, that's who they get. They're power protected. And then the other team gets the remainder. And then it just works itself out from there. It's no longer power protected. But we've had some times in the past where I've had to shimmy up some things and move some bye weeks in order to keep that going. That's why that's happening. Also, conference winners get $100. So 2 people, 1 from each, 1 in the East, 1 in the West. Right now it looks like Doobie and Casey are in line to get the money, the $100.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to catch Casey.
It's possible, but yeah, he's got a stranglehold on that sucker, doesn't he? And with Doobie scoring as many points as he just did, he's got the points lead in the bag. So he'll have to lose out in order for one of us to have a chance to take that title from him. But it's possible.
I'm glad to say that I've finally taken over rank as the lowest scoring team in the league. I was hovering in like the 22-21 range. Now I'm 24. Suck it 4 inches hard.
Yeah, your division's interesting. You've got the number 1 and number 2 team in the league in your division, and the worst 2.
Represent.
So then my division did a very mediocre job drafting, is what that says.
Or this is just a year of crazy injuries and terrible running backs.
Well, and
I feel like we say that every year, though.
Well, I mean, we might, but this year it's correct.
This year's been a little kooky, but I mean, Doobie, good for him, man. He took Lev Bell and he took Ezekiel Elliott, his top 2 picks, and we thought he was nuts. Look who's talking now.
Yeah. Good. Give the MVP award to the Dallas O-line.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Also, did you guys see Tony Romo today?
No.
He had a press announcement. He basically said, "This is Dak's team. I'm not going to cause any controversy. We're not going to let that happen." It was, he got like 1 million man points today. You could tell it was rough on him, but
Yeah.
So basically, he just wants a ring now. He doesn't care how he gets it.
He's like, "This guy's going to win a Super Bowl, and I'd like to be a part of that."
Yeah. Like maybe he's just like, if I go back in there, like, and get hit again, I might break in half. So I'm just gonna watch from over here now.
That consideration is likely.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm sure he'll be a New York Jet next year.
Ooh.
God damn it.
With any luck.
Go Giants, by the way. Giants. 4 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Somehow.
back to our league, I forgot to mention that in the Icelandic and the Plains, so in the Western Conference, there are 7 teams that are 6-4, which means one of those 6-4 teams will miss the playoffs, if not more.
Suckers. So since we can't go over all the playoff possibilities, that means that all of our next matchups are key matchups. So
Yeah.
Every game is important.
Every game's important, and the only pillow fights we should mention this week are you, GT, versus Chad. You guys get to duke it out.
Oh, again.
And then Greg and Cunningham, which none of them are probably watching at this point. So this might be the last time we do the pillow fight because they're probably checked out at this point.
Can't wait
Lots of
for
sensitivity.
Chad's
This
shitty team to somehow put up like 140 points.
This may be the most evenly balanced we've been at week 10 that I can remember. Because usually, I mean, last year Greg was undefeated, and there were a couple of people chasing pretty close behind him. But man, this year everybody's 6-4.
Or 4-6. Yeah, it's been only I think really only 2 teams have really pulled away, and I think that's just because of the weirdness of this year. So, but we finally had a good week of NFL football. So hopefully things will turn around.
There are 11 teams that are 6-4.
Wow.
All right. So, what else? Do you want to complain more about people voting to add the running back to the flex position?
I just don't get it, man.
I was
Why
a
do
huge
we do
proponent of that, though.
And so,
Huh?
do you want to defend your decision?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I just been in the leagues I've had where there's running back, tight end, and wide receiver flex. It just makes bye weeks a little easier, and also, well, for instance, like I don't want to talk about the other league too much, but
Meh.
well, not the one of the other leagues I'm in. It's just it changes your draft strategy a little bit to where if you want, you can go just 3 stud running backs and then fill it out, or just a little bit more flexibility. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but
I mean, like I would have had Ryan Matthews as a flex player instead of the 3rd wide receiver if that was an option this week.
See, that's the deal. I don't. My vision was for this not to be easy, right? So we've been doing this 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is supposed to be challenging. We're supposed to be good at this. We're supposed to be able to manage that. It's supposed to be an additional challenge for us. So that was my position on it.
I mean, I think and I agree with you, but again, a lot of it is random chance, and 2, that sort of the one thing this adds is the ability to maintain the team, because the randomness that is who's going to do well on a given day. You get no benefit from maintaining a good team throughout the year if every 3 or 4 games one of your great players is on the bench not scoring any points when you would have started them had you had the choice. So I mean,
you have a scenario where one of your great players is always on the bench. You should be Casey at 8-2 because you can't be making poor decisions at that point.
Or you could trade away a running back 1 and a wide receiver 1 for basically nothing and still be 8-2.
But all right.
Well, no, I mean, I will say, I mean, it just varies things up a little bit. So right now, I think you could debate this, but it's basically you're starting 3 wide receivers unless you get Gronk and get lucky with one of the other team tight ends. That turns out to be really good, right? I mean, no one's ideally starting 2 team tight ends unless they're Gronk and another stud, and then if you get lucky. So it's basically functionally a 3 wide receiver league.
Also, as the league goes to more and more running back by committees, it just seems to make sense that like you could have 2 running backs are on the same team and you want to start them both. Like that's something that would actually succeed this year in a couple of cases.
Yeah, if you have the Atlanta running backs. But I'm just saying I think it varies up the draft strategy a little bit to where you can have 2 or 3 different strategies that are all viable. If you want to go heavy running back, you're not necessarily penalized. So if you just go 3 running back 1s, and you can start all those 3 guys if you want, and then just roll the dice on wide receiver or vice versa.
No, I understand the thought process behind it. I just disagree with it.
Well, you are the commissioner. You could just veto it. I accept that power. We live in an authoritarian time. So.
Yeah, that's
Anything else?
When did
America lose its way?
Like Rice get Hopkins? Sorry. Just saw something.
We'll edit it out in post. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago. We missed that. Gio Bernard for Hopkins. I didn't see that. Okay. No, I don't have anything else.
All right.
Other than-
Well,
other than
again,
good luck, everybody. You gotta win one of the next two and have some luck to make the playoffs, or you win out and you make the playoffs, or you win one of the next two and you don't make the playoffs.
I am currently working on some fun award names for the end of the season. So we'll have some awards for the people who do not make the playoffs, and then once the playoffs are over, we'll have some more awards. So stay tuned for those because they'll be fun and probably really filthy. So enjoy that.
Also, Jake, don't die.
Yes.
It's just allergies that get caught right freaking here.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks everybody, and hopefully the sound will actually show up on this video. So
yeah, hopefully this one works.
here's crossing our fingers. Bye everybody.
Well, see you later.